Well, demographers believe a record 27.3 million Latinos will be eligible to vote this election. A big part of Hillary Clinton's plan to woo those voters may lie in the hands of illegal aliens. Her campaign just launched a new program that will use illegal dreamers to influence potential Latino voters. Could that encourage people here illegally to try and cast ballots too? Here to discuss, immigration attorney Francisco Hernandez. Mr. Hernandez, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate it. So here you have a situation where millions of foreigners have shown up in our country illegally and uninvited, and they're trying to determine who rules us, who our next president will be. Is there any country in the world that would stand for that other than ours?
No, but I think Donald Trump is making sure who we get for president is not going to be him. But look, we wouldn't be complaining if these folks were building the wall along the border of Mexico. What's wrong with it? They're working. Illegal aliens are not going to vote. They can't vote. If they ever voted, they would never be able to become citizens or residents or gain any legal status.
But there's a massive difference between, I mean, we can argue about whether they should be here in the first place, but there's a difference between doing legitimate work, whether it's building a wall or making dinner or whatever, doing any job, and trying to determine who our next president is. That's a role reserved for citizens. That's why we have citizenship. Yes, that's why we have a country. And Hillary Clinton is encouraging people who are not citizens to help choose our president, no?
Well, let's encourage everybody to vote, everybody that can vote. I mean, what's wrong with encouraging people to vote? Dreamers do not have the right to vote. They do not have residency, but they're politically active. You know what? That's the First Amendment to the United States Constitution.
Wait
your right to advocate.
Why should non-citizens be politically active in our country? They are foreigners. Isn't that the whole point? Again, I'm not making a case against immigration or foreigners or anything. I'm just saying we have citizenship because citizens get to pick the president. Foreigners don't. No?
Well, they're not picking a president. They're not voting, but we're politically active in. We get politically active in China. We get politically active in Russia. We get politically active in Cuba. That is what politics do. It's encourage people to participate. What's the matter with the reasons? We don't have to agree with the reasons.
Okay, then since you brought up those countries, let's say America exported 10 million Americans illegally into China. And they began agitating on behalf of political change and said, no, we don't think you should be the premier. We think that guy should be the premier. They would be in prison so fast your head would spin, no?
No, they wouldn't, but we're talking about dreamers.
I think they might.
These are children.
Yes.
These are kids who are getting educations, who are becoming taxpayers, who have finally driver's licenses. They're wanting to become politically active. That's what you want.
But they don't have the right to be because they're not Americans. You at least
they don't have the right to vote.
That only
they don't
Americans,
have the duty to vote.
Shouldn't only Americans have a right to influence who becomes our president? And Hillary doesn't believe that.
To vote. Through their vote, absolutely. United States citizens must vote. However we motivate them, who cares why we motivate them as long as they vote?
Okay. Well, with respect, I think we're crossing a really dangerous line here, but I appreciate your coming on and trying to defend it. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Carlson.